is paving the way for a brighter future. Together, we can uplift voices for change and set the strategic imperative for a world where leadership is defined not by hierarchy, but by impact. Thank you all for inviting me to join you today. I wish you all the best in your insightful discussions and fruitful collaborations in this important conclave. Thank you.
Vision, courage, collaboration. I think we couldn't have asked for better ways to look forward to, and we have policymakers here, we have business leaders here, entrepreneurs. I think it's a fabulous message. Thank you so much. I now invite Dr. Vivek Venkataswamy, Honorable Minister of Labour, Employment, Training and Factories, Mines and Geology, Government of Telangana, to give his inaugural address as the chief guest.
Good morning to all. Distinguished guests on the dais, women entrepreneurs and friends. It's always a pleasure to attend a CII program. I was one of the past presidents of CII. My spouse, Saroja Vivek, she is also a past, I was Telangana president. So we have attended many CII programs, and I always felt that CII has been the lead, has taken the lead in fighting for the rights of the industry, and they have really done a good job, especially during the economic reforms time, to introduce new reforms for the growth which our vice chairman of CII, Heaven South region, mentioned. We need to grow at 8%, and we need more women and entrepreneurs and leaders to be part of it. So that's a very good message all the leaders on the dais mentioned, and I would just like to mention a few experiences personally in our family and with the other women leaders I've met over a period of time. On top of it, I would just like to mention that the government of Telangana has been doing a lot for the women in the state. Actually, all the Indra Mahila Shakti programs, where a lot of rural women are being encouraged to become entrepreneurs, and they have actually a lot of government orders are also going to women entrepreneurs for stitching clothes, for setting up petrol bunks, for setting up, a direct, they are linking up banks finance. Recently I was in one of these programs, and the total credit to the rural women was around 21,000 crores. So a lot of work is being done at the government level to empower women and to see that women entrepreneurs also become successful. So this needs to come more in the private sector. It's only when in the private sector women take the lead that the country's GDP growth rates, which everybody is expecting should grow, will definitely benefit for the good of this country. So I was in business, and after I had the opportunity of becoming a member of parliament in 2009, I had to move away from being the managing director. So I told my spouse, please come take over. She was just a housewife, and I must say that for me, when I was doing my business and all, the one point contact for anything at home, I used to call my spouse and tell her, please take care of this, these guests are coming, we need to do this and all. She used to do an excellent job. She was a big support for me because I was busy with the business, and she looked after the family and all. But she was just a housewife. So when she got this opportunity to lead the company, I think she did an amazing job. Actually, my father told her, she was a little nervous, but when she went and told my father, see, I don't know anything in business, what should I do going there? So he just told her, the chair will teach you what to do. So the woman should actually say, yes, I have this opportunity, let me start working on it. Let me not get dividend at any point of time. But there will be a lot of hurdles, there will be a lot of issues coming up, a lot of challenges will be coming up for the women entrepreneurs. But you need to take it as a challenge and say, yes, I want to prove. Because if you have the goal that you want to be successful, definitely opportunities are there. And I always believe that women will definitely do a better job because they are committed, they know what their goal is and they work towards it. So there is a great opportunity for all the women. It's how you take it as a challenge. It's how you say, yes, I want to achieve this goal. Another example, a lot of women, I'm part of the Young Presidents Organization, and a lot of my forum members, their spouses also, were not women leaders. I mean, they were not in industry, nothing. They were all generally housewives. So they also had an opportunity. And I must say, they did an amazing job and they were very successful at it. As far as we are concerned, just now, Mrs. Srinivas was mentioning that she wants to have a course for independent women directors. I am very proud that we have Mrs. Vanita Natla on board. My spouse is the managing director and my daughter is also working on this. And my younger daughter, she's a MBA graduate. But we run the most successful media house in Telangana. And she looks after that business. And she does a very amazing job. Why I'm giving our experiences that when an opportunity was given, all of them took the lead and said that yes, we can achieve. And we do have our issues at home because earlier I was the boss of the table. Now I have 6 bosses on the table, all giving suggestions. For everything I want to suggest, there are 6 opinions, and the women opinions are the most strongest. So, and they're good also. So it is a challenge for men. I think men have to take it in their stride. Men have to think that yes, this is an opportunity I need to give to our women in the house. Let us see how to encourage them. Because without the men supporting the women so much and encouraging them, it's a little difficult because again the woman has this challenge of first convincing the male member in the house and then again looking after the house and then again looking after the business is a real big challenge. Because I also feel many times left out because now I'm no more able to call her and tell her that this is the work I have, and because she's very busy, she runs now an educational institution. I must say that we have 5,500 students. She has brought innovative decision making in running the institution. So we basically for the poor. So she has more challenges and how to get them up. So she has done an amazing job. So here I think we need to have more role models of women entrepreneurs. Once more good women entrepreneurs come up, I think right now we have only about 5% of CEOs as women. More women will come onto the board, more women will be more successful in the coming years. So I think all the women entrepreneurs who are here, there is a great opportunity. It's how you take it. Take it as a challenge, make it a goal, make it a single-minded approach of saying that yes, I want to be successful, I can achieve it and I can move forward. I think some of the good experiences with which the other women leaders have spoken now, we have to learn from them because I always felt, because I was a doctor of medicine, I didn't know anything in business. But when I started, I was the first generation entrepreneur. My father just gave me 5 lakhs to start a business. And I just used my common sense. And I was determined, no matter what, I have to become successful. I took a professional as the head of my industry. I learned a lot from him. And this is the thing which we need to learn. So you have to keep learning all the time. Because there is nothing that anybody is perfect in some role he is playing. So you have to see how we can learn, how we can start taking decisions. Many times decisions can go wrong, but don't feel disheartened. Just say that yes, I need to correct myself. It's an experience I've learned. Let me see what other decisions I can take which will be successful. And you march forward. I've always felt that any entrepreneur who has that zeal to say, yes, I want to work hard, I want to be passionate, and I want to have a single-minded goal of saying I want to achieve. Because you have to be an achiever, and you have to say I want to achieve what I have the goal in my mind. So I think if all women entrepreneurs also can think on those lines and say, yes, there is a family, I need to spend some time, 10-15% time for the family. Because you can't ignore that part. But then that part will again play a bigger role in your working. So to minimize that role, spend that 10-15%, make them happy at home and continue to do your hard work. I must say, when I was a member of parliament, the first thing I did for the rural women, I realized that education is very, very important for them. So in most of the rural schools, they don't have women toilets. So one of the challenges I took was to see that all government schools have women toilets. So I was happy that I could achieve my objective when I was a member of parliament, and I've seen for a period of time how women attendance has grown. So these are the things, small things, which other men and other people also should keep in mind on what we can do for the women gender. So with these few words, I won't take much time because Emma has got a packed schedule for all of you. So this is a very good institution because there are a lot of women entrepreneurs here. I1 CII Telangana will definitely help you because the few moments I had spending time with the chairman and the vice chairman, I think they are great leaders. So they'll definitely mentor, and I think it's a very good idea which you have taken of mentoring the women entrepreneurs, because many of them don't know what line to take, how to go forward. I think you have taken a great lead in saying that you want to mentor women entrepreneurs, because they definitely need it. And if you are able to create 40-50 entrepreneurs in Telangana, it's a great job done. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to come and address you.
Thank you, Minister. I think that was a beautiful message in terms of what government should do, a call to action for corporates.
ఇవి బులెటిన్ అప్డేట్స్. స్టే ట్యూన్డ్ V6 న్యూస్.
Thank you very much for that extremely valuable message. I now request Ms. Sonia Srikanth, Vice Chairperson, I1 Telangana, and Senior Director, Science, to give her the closing address.
Thank you, Hema. My mentor is over here, Hema. Talking about voices of change. Shall we give a big round of applause to the entire distinguished dignitaries on the stage who have spoken about voice of change in various aspects. Distinguished guests, respected speakers, and all the participants from various genres. I also would like to thank, this is a closing remark, but I would also like to thank the veterans who are over here, Mrs. Vanita Datla, Mrs. Uma, and Dr. Saroja. You all have been a big voice of change for us and our mentors right from beginning. The very essence that I am over here speaks about voice of change. Because when I received a call to become a vice chairwoman, I was surprised because I, as a person, am shy. I know my colleagues and friends are over there, sitting over there and laughing. Speaking as a conversation, it's fine. But speaking on the stage or even mentoring anybody, you need courage. And that's what Laura Williams had mentioned. It needs a lot of courage to voice out change. And as we conclude this inaugural session, I want to thank each one of you for setting the tone of what promises to be a meaningful journey ahead. The theme we gather under voices of change, reminds us that every voice matters. Change is not born in isolation. It is nurtured when individuals speak with courage, when communities come together and when ideas transform into action. And that's what we are all there together. The inaugural session has already shown us the power of dialogue and the strength that lies in shared vision. The discussions ahead will no doubt deepen the spirit, challenging us to think, to question, and to contribute. I would also like to thank over here Dr. G. Vivek Venkataswamy, Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment, Training and Factories, Mines and Geology, Government of Telangana. Sir, you have your idols, you have examples at your home. Today when we spoke to you before the session, the position which you put Dr. Saroja, your spouse, it has motivated and inspired us so much. And we love the chemistry what you both shared. Thank you so much for giving us this kind of an example. I think Dr. Saroja, you have been so lucky for him and you're lucky for each other. Thank you so much for sharing that example. Mrs. Laura Williams, Honorable Consulate General US. I have no words for the way you have motivated the entrepreneurs over here. You had mentioned to us, and I was speechless when you were mentioning about the happy stance, and you need to be brave enough to voice out whatever you feel. So thank you so much for your inspiring words. Thanks a lot. We had Ms. Krishna Kumari, Senior Vice President, Global Delivery and Operations Head, Diversified Industry Groups, Tech Mahindra. Thank you for hosting us again. And I love when you mentioned the behavioral change which is needed. How we can start this change, we have to voice it out. Thank you so much, Krishna Kumari, for your inspiring words. The passion with which you spoke about your project. We could get that in your voice. Thanks so much. We now come to the close, and it would be wrong if I don't thank the support which we have received from Mr. R. Shivaprasad Reddy, Chairman CII Telangana and Managing Director. Thank you so much, sir, for always supporting. I know Hema is demanding, but that's the voice what we have. Very, very strong over here. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to thank Mrs. Shivapriya Balagopal, Deputy Chairperson, Ivan Senior, and AVP Innovations or Club, Indian Eastern BU. Your message that you had been shy, for me it took me some time because I never felt that you were shy. But we all have been there wherein when we have to voice out certain things we think. And Mrs. Vanita Datla, Mrs. Uma and Dr. Saroja and Hema have always been there to push me. So definitely all of you also can be over here sometime of your career. Thank you so much, Shivpriya and Hema, Mr. Shivaprasad Reddy, Dr. Vivek, Laura Williams, Krishna Kumari and Samyuddin. I would also like to mention a special mention about Samyuddin and Aruna. Aruna is somewhere around in the background. For always supporting us. We can just pick up the call and call you at any point of the day and night, and you are there for us. Thank you so much for being that strong to us. Thank you. Thanks a lot, everybody who are over here. Without your support, this program or this inaugural wouldn't have started. Thanks for coming on time. as well as thanks for giving those smiling faces around, which kinds of motivates us to move forward. Be there, because there is a power-packed sessions coming up for all of you. Thank you so much.
Sonia, I request us to just hand over some mementos. Shivapriya, can I request you to hand over a token of appreciation to the Honorable Minister, Dr. Vivek Venkataswamy. These plants are a courtesy of Planteria's creators and innovative green gifting venture. So interesting gifts we have. Can I invite Hema to hand over a token of appreciation to the Honorable Consul General, Ms. Gaurav? Ma'am, we hope to see this plant in your office. Sonia, can we request you to hand over a token to CII Chairman, Mr. Nazaria? Thank you very much, and we settle down. We will come back in about 2 minutes.
We now have a photo op with the dignitaries, but after this I request 2 more photos with all of you on stage. One is with our distinguished past chairwoman. Please do join us on stage after the mandatory first photo, then we'll also have you there. And the Uplift volunteers, please be ready. We'd love to have a photograph with all of you. Thank you so much. Chandravva, please, you too. Yeah, please start.
All the volunteers quickly, ladies, as fast as you can. Please, faster. Everyone come up front. So we come up. You're part of my Photographers may step back a little to get all of us. One more step up.
Okay, ma'am. Down with you. One second. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Request all of you all to please take your seat on the dais. Recognizing the need to provide career women a structured network to discuss their experiences, challenges, the Confederation of Indian Industries launched the Indian Women Network in 2013. Since its inception, IWN has brought together career women from across the country to work and to address workplace challenges faced by women, to raise awareness about creating gender parity in businesses and in the society. Spread across 17 states and 11 zones, IWN speak through us. And every voice here has the power to be heard. With that spirit, I'm delighted to welcome all of you all once again to this day of learning and interesting experiences. Uplift 2025 Voices for Change. Let me welcome Teenmaar, chairperson IWN Telangana for the inaugural act.
A seat at the table isn't the solution. This is what Lily Singh, actress and producer, mentioned in one of her TED talks. It resonates deeply with our theme today. For years, women have been told that success is about finding that one seat. Yet often, the chair is too low, like my word, too shaky, or simply not made for us. Many of us here have carried the burden of not just sitting in that chair, but fixing it, even when the table itself was never designed with us in mind. Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you. I'm Srinivas, chairwoman of the Indian Women Network Telangana for 2025-26. I still recall the moments when I changed jobs during my banking career. With every move that came, the same challenge repeated itself. I had to prove myself, often underestimated and overlooked. And it was not because I lacked the credentials. At the top of my MBA class, I had won Best Employee Awards, and yet none of this mattered. Too often, the reason for being shortchanged came down to one thing, because I'm a woman. Later, when I moved to talent development, I thought I was done with the bias, but it surfaced again. And this time, because I was a woman, training seasoned professionals in domains like sales, strategy, negotiation, and communication. Now, these experiences taught me something powerful. It isn't enough to squeeze into a chair never built for you. The real solution, redesign the table itself. Welcome more voices, not just for a select few. And that is why Voices for Change matters. Because when we raise our voices together, we don't just take a seat. We reshape the space, making it stronger, fairer, and open to all. Today's Conclave, Uplift 2025, is about that very shift. Not one individual, not one organization, but many voices coming together to reimagine the way forward. It is our chance to turn those voices into action, to set the strategic imperative, to strengthen the business case for women in leadership, and to show that the future of work and the future of India will thrive only when we rise together. Telangana today is at the cusp of transformation. With the ambitious vision of India at 100, the aspiration of a $1 trillion economy, the growth of global capability centers, and the rise of new manufacturing hubs. In this growth story, women cannot remain at the margins of the table. Women must be at the center, shaping decisions, shaping culture, and shaping the future. This year, CII's national theme, Accelerating Competitiveness, Globalization, Inclusivity, Sustainability, Trust, and IWN Southern Region's mission of transforming women leadership for India at 100 come together beautifully to energize our work. At IWN Telangana, we bring this alive through initiatives that open doors, widen perspectives and set new standards. One of our proudest contributions is mentoring. Under the Even Power program, a record 119 mentees, multi-level professionals, senior leaders and entrepreneurs applied this year to be paired with cross-industry mentors. And we have one of our mentors sitting here, two of our mentors sitting here. We've also created, and with this, we ensure stronger tables are built and ensure no woman walks her journey alone. We've also created platforms for influence through our masterclass for independent directors, now adopted at Ivan Southern Region, and through our collaboration with Excel for Women, the XLRI Women Alumni Network, curating conversations that shape industry thinking. Alongside this, we continue to influence critical compliances such as POSH, which incidentally is as old as Ivan itself, 12 years. They're not just initiatives, they are building blocks for stronger tables where women leaders are visible, credible, and indispensable right through their journey from campus to the boardroom. Every few years, Ivan reaches a new orbit, and I believe Uplift 2025 is one such inflection point where we amplify our voices, challenge the old tables, and design new ones that reflect the world we live in. On another note, this conclave stands tall because of the tireless efforts of our Uplift volunteers, all of whom are seated here, to turn the plans into today's moment. My heartfelt gratitude to all of you ladies, to each one of you. And to our esteemed dignitaries, the Honourable Minister, the Honourable Consul General, and distinguished guests, thank you for spending your morning with us. It means a lot to us. And as we begin, let's remember, we're not here to settle for a shaky seat. We are here to build stronger tables. Not here for one voice, but for a chorus. Not here for change someday, but to be the voices for change today. Thank you very much. I now invite Ms. Shivapriya Balagopal, Deputy Chairperson, Ivan Southern Region, and AVP Innovations, Orca India Business, Eastern Business Unit, for her address. Welcome.
Thank you, Neha. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, all of the delegates, entrepreneurs, academicians, students, veterans of Ivan seated here, and my fellow Ivan members, a very good morning to all of you. I'm really happy to be here today at Uplift 2025, and I congratulate the Telangana team for thoughtfully stringing together powerful themes for the conversation today. Building the business case for women in leadership is the very ethos which Indian Women Network was conceptualized. And that's exactly what we work towards through our foray initiatives, such as what Prima was mentioning, mentoring, leadership advancement programs, encouraging independent directorship. We have masterclass sessions and various policy and advocacy initiatives to ensure building gender equity. India is poised to become the biggest contributor to global growth and aims at being one of the largest economies by 2030. A recent report has forecast that the next 5 years are extremely crucial for the country to achieve a GDP growth rate of 8%. And to ensure that growth, women must account for half or even more of the new workforce. This increased participation will not only add depth to India's workforce, but will have a direct impact on enhancing productivity, will help spur innovation, diversify perspectives across various industries, stimulating fresh ideas and approaches. While stressing on the strategic imperative of women's participation at work, let's also look at some statistics that differ or discourage this participation. Speaking of gender parity, women hold only 17% of vote seats in corporate India. The gender pay gap hovers at nearly 20% according to recent industry reports. The burden of care work and domestic work on women has not decreased. Women in India spend an average of 7.2 hours on unpaid domestic work compared to 2.8 hours spent by men, which has a direct bearing on the ability to participate in the paid work. Now, how do we turn around the impediments and work towards the goal of an inclusive economic growth and pitch for gender equity? Formalizing part-time work, investing in care infrastructure, promoting gender equalities in caregiving, being an ally and championing women in rooms where decisions are being made, creating safe environments, questioning stereotypes, challenging biases are some of the voices we can raise for change. Now coming to speaking of voices, I have a message to the two sets of audience here in the room. One is to the quietest in the room here today, who is afraid to speak up. I want to tell you that I have been there. And I'm here because of my belief in my inner voice, the strength given to amplify my voice through many inspirational women I've come across in my life over these years, who I've seen around me, who I've seen in forums like these, and for speaking up on many occasions, both personal and professional, even if my voice shakes. Secondly, my message is to the leaders here today. We live in a world where we celebrate and cheer the loudest in the room. Again, I've been there. But through my exposure to building diversity and inclusion, I've learned to acknowledge the quietest in the room. And I hope for the world, to make the world a better place, we continuously work towards churning inclusive leadership. Wishing all of you a wonderful day of learning, engaging, questioning perspectives. Let's simply or collectively make our voices count to bringing an impactful change. And to extend a bit, even work on the ergonomics of where we sit. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Shivya. I think that was extremely motivating, especially to the voices that are currently shy and to the voices that are loud to say that you can amplify more. Thank you very much. I now request Mr. R. Shivaprasad Reddy, Chairman CII Telangana and Managing Director Rachamalu Forging, to give his address. Thank you, Chairman.
Good morning. Venkataswamy, Honorable Ms. Theertham, and Ms. Lara Williams, Honorable Consul General, PS Consulate General Hyderabad, Ms. Krishna Kumari, Palle, Senior Vice President, Global Delivery and Operations Head, Labor Industries Group Technology, and Ms. Bonalu, Deputy Chairperson, Titan Television, and myself, Teenmaar, Chairperson, Telangana, and Sonia Speaker as Chairperson, Telangana, and my Samudhi, my Director, CII Telangana, and Ms. Melita of CII and CII and of my council member Chandravva who is here. Thank you so much. Welcome. Good morning to all of you. It's a great privilege and pleasure to welcome each one of you to this important event. Because IBM Leadership Conclave every year is one of the best themes. At this year's theme, Uplift, Voices of Change. Really very very interesting topic. And the event highlights the need for actionable solutions to increase gender parity and foster inclusive leadership across industries. So, in fact, I welcome all of you for today's session. Already the earlier speakers explained about the theme. I only just want to do two things. How IBN and CII is working together. Because every CII council meeting there is a demand from IBN that we need membership of CII Telangana, which I definitely appreciate by our respective members. And especially Hema is very demanding. In fact, we have done recently one cancer camp for women workers in Specialities area, and for both, I think, cervical cancer and breast cancer. So, she was there on that day, and I'm so happy that I appreciate her presence here. So like this, we are working together with IBN and CII Telangana. So we are always there to you can always call me whenever you need our support. And in fact, one of the meetings she realized that they are doing the program for independent directors schools, which we are readily agreed that 3 months is over, they are qualified. Give us a list. We'll circulate this list to all among the CII members so that they will get a better answer. This is how we are working together. So, on my behalf and the CII Telangana, in fact, I thank all of the steering committee members and our partner organizations for creating this agenda filled with thought-provoking sessions and diverse perspectives. So my sincere gratitude also goes to our speakers and delegates for lending their experience and passion for these important discussions. So I extend my best wishes to all of you, and I feel that this interaction will make it richer, and so that we can, as per the theme, voice for change. In fact, I want to, my personal experience with women employees in our companies are extremely, they are committed. I'm sorry to say that I'm not comparing with men, but women employees are highly committed. That's why I appreciate we all grow together. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Chairman. I think we definitely look forward to more collaboration with CII, and I think that's something we've been, few of us who are loud voices, starting with Manita, Uma, Dr. Saroja, who are all here, have been advocating for that. So thank you so much, Chairman, and we need more allies like you, always. I now request Ms. Krishna Kumari Palle, Senior VP, Global Delivery and Operations Head, Diverse Industry Groups, Tech Mahindra, and also the host today, to give her address. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you. In fact, it's really an honor and privilege. Thank you, CII Island, Hema, all the dignitaries, everybody, for giving us this opportunity to host all of you. In fact, all the dignitaries, Honorable Minister, Honorable US Consulate General, and all the veterans of the industry, entrepreneurs, students, I think my fellow women and men together. Seriously, a huge privilege for me and my organization to all have you here. It's a great thing, Iman, that you put across voices for change. It's my voice, your voice, all of our voices, and like ma'am has said, even the calmest and quietest voices can then be heard. With that, I was just thinking, what can I bring to the table today rather than just sharing my experiences? Because seeing all the veterans, you carry so much of experience and running these sessions over and over, right? You just know it at a glance what exactly the system needs to do. I just wanted to say, you just started saying that women leadership. I was born and brought up in this campus. I just joined this about 25 years back. I really hold a lot of responsibility today, not just as an executive sponsor, but also as a business unit head, but also as a location head. But what made it come through? It was not an easy journey, right? As we said, there is so much of talent available, right? Looking at the woman leadership, being woman at the center of the table or having a seat at the table is just not an economic necessity. It's not a choice. It's an economic necessity. It's a strategic necessity. I just wanted to mention that, right? Having, we are seeing that there's a lot of talent available of women, right? Even the women coming to workforce is increasing. Absolutely, we can see that. Right? If I had an opportunity, there's each one of you who are really coming out of the houses and sharing. But are we there? Absolutely no. We still have these forums where we really want and voicing out saying that how do we amplify voices? How do we bridge this gap, right? I think we all spoke of conscious, unconscious biases, stereotypes. There's so much of, conditioning that we have gone all through these years, right? Every day, every minute, we need to unlearn that, right? But still, are these policy changes? I think it's not just the policy changes. I feel personally, once again, this is my own voice, it's a behavior change. Behavior change from us, from men, from the society as well. I think that's what is needed. I think as we come out of our home every day, there's so much we go through, at office, high stakes environments, right? Deliverables coming in the corporate world. I think there's a lot more needed from a caregiving. I think that's something is what. I think there's a lot of empathy from the men, from the society, which is already coming in. But I think still the caregiving is a very, very aspect. I still feel, because all organizations, right, if you look at the corporate, I think I use those examples because I've only seen this world. We have almost 60% women entering the workforce. But as it goes up, you almost end up single digits to 10%. Tech Mahindra is privileged to have 10%. But it's a conscious and intentional decision that we are taking to bring in the talented women to the table these days. I just want to share one experience, right? While you speak of bias, but I still feel it is we who have to bring in the change. It is we. Can we be the change what we want to see? That's how I look at it. I want to share an experience. This is about 5 years back. Corporate milestones, everybody wants, it's so in the ministry as well, minister. You can imagine, right? If the project is to be delivered tomorrow, the first thing on the table is it has to be delivered yesterday, right? That's how we pick up the project. So this was a crisis program. I got a call. This is almost a 500 to 1,000 member engagement. I got a call in the night saying that KK, the on-site delivery head, had been asked to go. The customer said, I need somebody immediately or they're going to terminate the contract. So what choices we had? We were all thinking, then said, I go, sir. Are you sure? Yes, I was just up and I packed my bags and I was there, 20 hours fight. So much going in my head. It's almost a 1,000 member team we have, right? It's a responsibility what we have. I landed up there, early morning and I just went to the office. It was just a bloodshed, The other side, the CXO level side, there was this PMO head I would call who was running the program and he just called in a big meeting and he did not even realize who he was speaking to or nothing. It was like, this is absolutely, I couldn't take it. Tears came out of my girl, and it was almost a 20 member of them besides me and it was my team who were looking upon me. They were all thinking what happened to KK. I couldn't control it, right? I felt, first of all, check who am I, who's coming in, and I just can't forget even that day today. It was not a program complexity of technical. I went in, I stayed 3 months in a hotel opposite to the customer customer's office. We delivered it well. But I wanted to say a few things which I lived in that journey. You know, it was not a technical, there was a technical controversy, no doubt. There was an integrations, multiple vendors coming together. But I think what was lagging was a collaborator, an empathy in that team, right? The ability to bring the team together, right? Hold it. I think we lost some projects, but when we delivered it, right? All it was needed is I came back and I wrote a paper on that. It's just not a technical complexity, it's not the soft skills. I think that there's a lot more I felt I was able to bring to the table, leading, taking the risks, you know, bringing people together, being an empathy, right? Just people were not speaking to each other. Being there, right? There was like, I'm another vendor, I'm a testing vendor, I'm a development vendor, you know, I don't belong here, this is your job. The moment we brought people together, of course we worked on the strategy, it was absolutely great. And when I was leaving, you know, the PMO head was there, he called me and he said, he just brought a small cake. It's still cherished in my memory. I really cherish that memory, very well. And we cut the cake and he said, you know, KK, when you came in, I said, what is this young woman coming here? What is this going to? She's going to make it. But my respect for women leader has gone up, and especially Indian women. I still cherish that. Every dollar on that account I make, I feel very proud of it. You know, why I just mentioned this, I think as a woman, right, what we bring to the table is much more beyond. Right? These are very natural skills, right? We all know that, right? In terms of how do we accommodate as we step into, you know, a new family, right? That is something that I think is a very important aspect. But it's not about what are the future needs. The future needs more empathetic, collaborative leadership. I think that's something is what everybody started recognizing, right? All the boardrooms, that's what we say. Why do we need a woman? We need a different perspective. We need not just a number, but I think it is a differentiation that a future business is in a right place. I think that is the voice that we need to amplify. Few more aspects I wanted to mention, and I have been privileged to have being a mentor. You know, as a mentor, I was mentoring one small example I want to put. This woman is a co-founder of the entire startup. You know, I was mentoring her and she was so depressed. You know what? Her husband was a founder and she was so educated, well skilled, but she was not treated, she was treated as a wife of somebody, but not as a co-founder. You know, she said that I really get depressed. What do you want me to do? I was very surprised, you know, when I do these mentoring sessions, there's so much learning as a mentor I get. You know, how do I face the society? You know, I said, what do you want to do? I became a coach at that standpoint. Do you want to amplify your voice? That's all. Do you want to take a control back? Why are you thinking it's your husband? It's not your husband. It's another employee. I think that mattered a lot. I think she called me back after 6 months and said, okay, thanks for your piece of advice. I think we are still connected. We speak a lot and we connect, you know, anytime she has a problem. But what I wanted to share is just few words from my end. You know, woman, believe in yourself, have that confidence. I think the entire world is there for you. You just need to stand up and shout out for what support you need. Men, all the men here, believe in women. Give them that opportunity. Hold them. I think they will drive you. Please allow you to be led by women. The world will be very different and it will be very, very nice and in the future. Thank you once again. I'm sure the session will make us very, very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, KK. I think very inspiring. Thank you so much for those words of encouragement to women and to allies. I now request Ms. Laura Williams, Honorable Consul General, U.S. Consulate General, Hyderabad, to give her special address.
It is such an honor to be here today, and in my remarks, which obviously I prepared before I arrived, I didn't know about the remarks of everybody else. And I think it's a wonderful, happy stance, not a happenstance, but a happy stance, that the themes that I am going to hit on have already been highlighted. So I think that only encourages us all to know what the core elements of moving forward are. It is a great honor. Okay. Can you all hear me okay? Okay. It is a great honor to join you today at the 11th Annual Leadership Conclave of the Confederation of Indian Industries and the Indian Women's Network here in Telangana. I want to thank the organizers for bringing us together under this important theme, Voices for Change. The gathering here is a testament to our shared commitment to building future-focused workplaces and societies. This theme, Voices for Change, resonates deeply with the challenges and opportunities of our time. It reflects the growing need for leadership that is not only action-oriented, but courageous and grounded in the realities of today's workplace. We live in a complex world where the pace of change is accelerating at an unprecedented rate. We live in a world where the phrase quantum leap is not just science fiction, but tangible. Technological advancements, shifting demographics, and evolving societal expectations are reshaping how we work, lead, and collaborate. Amid this transformation, the voices of women are not just important, they are essential. To solve today's challenges, everyone needs to find their voice. Everyone, every woman and every man needs to find their voice and be brave enough to share their perspective, share their ideas, whether that's in the classroom, the research lab, the design studio, designing that new table, manufacturing floor, or the boardroom. I will address 3 pillars that I believe are critical to driving meaningful change: vision, courage, and collaboration. We've talked a lot about collaboration and courage already. Leadership begins with a clear vision, a vision that challenges outdated norms and reimagines what is possible. For organizations, this means creating environments where everyone's perspective are not only welcomed, but actively sought. For individuals, it means to dream beyond the limitations imposed by tradition or circumstance. As leaders, we must ask ourselves, what kind of a workplace culture are we building? Are we empowering people to thrive on their own terms? Are we creating pathways for innovation and growth? Change requires courage. The courage to question the status quo, to take risks, and to lead boldly even in the face of resistance. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to face fear and to move forward with determination and grit. For people in leadership, courage often means navigating uncharted territory. We just had a very powerful description of that. Breaking barriers and advocating for policies that promote fairness and opportunity. It also means standing firm in the belief that hearing different points of view is not noise, but rather a strategic imperative that drives better outcomes for everyone. Innovation is a collective effort. No single voice, no single leader can transform systems to solve the most complex problems. It is only through collaborative actions that we deliver impactful results, and we've heard examples of that just now. It is through partnerships across industries, across sectors, across disciplines and borders that we amplify our impact and create sustainable change. As a representative of the United States, I have seen firsthand how international collaboration can advance shared goals to strengthen and secure our societies and increase the prosperity of citizens. I believe that successful American businesses are the ones founded in these leadership principles, these three principles of vision, courage, and collaboration. This is what makes the United States and India such great partners and friends. As our economic relationship grows, these principles will help us work together to build prosperity for both of our nations. I encourage all of you to think about how we can work together across boundaries and disciplines to build a future that reflects the values we hold dear. As we embark on today's discussions, I urge you, each of you, to think about the role that you can play in shaping the strategic imperative for change. Whether you are a CEO, an entrepreneur, a policymaker, or an advocate, your voice adds value to the discussion. Let us commit to fostering workplaces where everyone has the opportunity to lead, innovate, and succeed. Let us challenge outdated norms and embrace new ways of thinking. And let us act with purpose, knowing that the decisions we make today will shape the world of tomorrow. In closing, I want to thank the Indian Network Telangana chapter for bringing us together and creating this platform for dialogue and action. Your work is inspiring, and your leadership is paving the way for a brighter future. Together, we can uplift voices for change and set the strategic imperative for a world where leadership is defined not by hierarchy, but by impact. Thank you all for inviting me to join you today. I wish you all the best in your insightful discussions and fruitful collaborations in this important conclave. Thank you.
Vision, courage, collaboration. I think we couldn't have asked for better ways to look forward to, and we have policymakers here, we have business leaders here, entrepreneurs. I think it's a fabulous message. Thank you so much. I now invite Dr. Vivek Venkataswamy, Honorable Minister of Labour, Employment, Training and Factories, Mines and Geology, Government of Telangana, to give his inaugural address as the chief guest.
Good morning to all. Distinguished guests on the dais, women entrepreneurs and friends. It's always a pleasure to attend a CII program. I was one of the past presidents of CII. My spouse, Saroja Vivek, she is also a past. I was Telangana president. So we have attended many CII programs, and I always felt that CII has been the lead, has taken the lead in fighting for the rights of the industry, and they have really done a good job, especially during the economic reforms time, to introduce new reforms for the growth which our Deputy Vice Chairman of CII, Haven South Region, mentioned. We need to grow at 8%, and we need more women and entrepreneurs and leaders to be part of it. So that's a very good message all the leaders on the dais mentioned, and I would just like to mention a few experiences personally in our family and with the other women leaders I've met over a period of time. On top of it, I would just like to mention that the government of Telangana has been doing a lot for the women in the state. Actually, all the Indra Mahila Shakti programs, where a lot of rural women are being encouraged to become entrepreneurs, and they have actually a lot of government orders are also going to women entrepreneurs for stitching clothes, for setting up petrol bunks, for setting up, a direct, they are linking up of banks finance. Recently I was in one of these programs, and the total credit to the rural women was around 21,000 crores. So a lot of work is being done at the government level to empower women and to see that women entrepreneurs also become successful. So this needs to come more in the private sector. It's only when in the private sector women take the lead that the country